guys, today we're going to do more with collage assemblage jewelry. And don't say, oh no, more collage assemblage, because I'm going to be honest with you. We could probably have 30 or 40 videos on it. There's a lot to be said. We could probably have more than that. But today's going to be fun because we're going to use cameos to do it. Last week I did, I kind of filled in on a necklace showing you some things about flow and mistakes to look for and stuff. I just feel like this hair is in my... Oh well. Anyway, the one necklace that had the cameo that was all silverware sold before I even had it finished. So they like cameos and they like assemblage. In fact, I've sold another one and I have another lady who's thinking about having one made. So this might be something you want to pay a little attention to, because a cameo says something about the wearer, and that again is a key feature as to what sells jewelry. You have to give people a reason to buy it. Tailored jewelry because it goes with a suit. Colored jewelry because it goes with a prom dress. Beaded jewelry, same reason, you know. Floral jewelry because it goes with your sundress. A theme piece because it represents you. So we have this week, what do we have? We have a hummingbird and we have a horse in two different styles that we're going to work on together a little bit. So come on over here and let's just have a good time with it. Let's play. Come over to my house and play. Okay, so these are the three collages that we're going to focus on today. I don't know how far we'll get with all of them, but we might be surprised in a half an hour or so how far we could get. You'll notice this focal is from a video I made a few weeks ago. I'm pretty sure this was in the video. I know I had put it on my newsletter and it was in the creative group, but it was going to be a brooch. But the more I looked at it, I just kept thinking, no, I think it needs to be a necklace. So I put it on the small brass ox crescent form, which is base 01125. Let me show you what that looks like by itself, because I've got a bunch of our stock out here on the table. Looks like this. It's got this little hole here too. Is that in there? Maybe. Looks like this. So you could actually hang stuff from it, but I didn't. I'll show you the back. It's glued down already. I prepped it. So I might take and put a sig tag over that. Like, because I haven't signed it yet. So I might sign it on one of these. Now, hide that. Why not? Don't have to. This guy the same way. I made this cameo the same time I made this one, and it's quite different. It's made with lace edge bezel. And I'm sorry I don't have the number for this, but if you go to our bezels section, you'll easily find this. This is a 40 by 30 bezel, but you know, you could use it this way or this way. I use it this way. And then I pulled loops down and I hung stuff from it, and again, that was going to be a brooch, which it would have made a really cool brooch. But for some reason, brooches just don't sell that well. People would rather have a necklace or bracelet these days. I don't know, I think I might have to make a campaign to bring brooches back, and I might just have to make like a whole series of brooch videos and just hope to goodness you'll watch them and like get in the spirit with me. I don't know. So I love brooches. Brooches are so cool. But anyway, I ended up gluing this guy to the small crescent plank, this one, because I thought it would look good as a more petite collage. And I already signed this one. But as you can see here, maybe you can, there's a little bit of glue cleanup. Now that's not bad. And I could probably leave that go and sew that way, but I'd rather get that off. So I'll probably take and wipe a little Goo Gone on a swab across there, and then I'll take my flush cutters and kind of dig into the edge, and it'll just come off in a strip. By the way, these are my flush cutters, and they're best that you can buy for 18 bucks. So you could go spend, you know, 50 bucks on Tronex or 75 on Lindstrom. These will work just as well and as long. And they are Zuron brand. 18 bucks. I love mine. Anyway, so we're going to work on these three guys. I also put this one out there just because. This is the big Y blank. Like, why not? This is a great piece for etching, by the way. You could like etch this. Go back to Miss Kate's video on etching, and then put some patina on it, and then maybe take and put a darkened horse on there over the etch. I would pull this out just a little bit, like, I'm going to go ahead and do it. Show you. I would just, is it showing up on there, Javi? I would just pull up on it like this. And that way, say you etched this, and then you mounted that over the patinaed etch, you could still hang stuff through that. That'd be an awesome look. I haven't been etching for a while. That's probably because Miss Kate hasn't been here. And I don't know. I just feel lonesome for her, and I'd rather etch when she's here. So maybe she'll come sometime this spring and we'll etch. I don't know. Or maybe I'll get bold and take the stuff she left me and do it. It's not hard, and I've got the video, same as you. Anyway, that was the thought on this one. So I'm going to put it aside over here. And we're going to work on these. Let me put this away so I don't get lost. The first one I think we're going to work on is this guy. Okay, the big one. So I'm going to put this back, and I'm going to put this back. And we'll just see how far we get, because this might be a little bit ambitious, but I kind of have planned what I'm going to do already. Now the first thing I'm going to do is I am going to take advantage of this hanging hole, okay, to hang something from it. And by the way, I've already signed it, and this is nice and glued down. I decided to get one of our brass tulip beads and make a mixed metals tassel out of irregular lengths of very fine silver plated Figaro chain. There is a video on making this kind of a tassel, and guess who was in that video? Do you remember, Javi? You don't remember you were in it? The one time you were in the video, you made a tassel. Yes. Oh yeah, that one. You made me do it. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and attach this. Okay, so I'm looking for a brass ox jump ring. And I think, just for effect, I'm going to run 2 rings through there. Oh, and guess what, guys? Rob is coming in a little bit. And after we process and get this thing up, if I don't mess around and take too long, I think we actually might be going to look at cameras tonight. Woohoo! But I'm going to run through 2 jumps. Okay? Alright. So this is going to be kind of handsome when he's done. So now what we need to do is we need to put on the embellishments, the collage, okay? Oh, I got some on the table here. I don't want that, because then I'll stick my hand and my elbow in it. And that's no good. We try to keep this off of our hands. When you're done with a session of collage, always remember, fellas and girls and guys and everybody that's watching me, pals, jewelry making pals, that's who you are. Check yourself to make sure that you've gotten all the E6000 off of yourself that might have gotten on you, like under your fingernails and everything, because this is noxious stuff and you don't want to be ingesting it or getting it on parts it ought not be on. And that's all I'll say about that. Okay, I'm going to start putting these on. Now, you know, we start with the big ones first. So we're going to lay out a pattern. This is an old Bakelite type button. That's going on there. Watch how I do this because people have been asking me again for glue technique. Halfway on and slide in place. There it goes. Okay, I'm going to put one out to here. Sliding in place. Is this showing up, Javi? Maybe I'll turn it this way. See, I'm afraid I can't work on it that well if I turn too much. So you guys may just have to bear with me. I like this out here, but I don't know. I think I was planning to put it here, so this is a good big chunky piece. Okay. What takes the time with this kind of jewelry making is not the laying down of the initial pieces. It's the embellishments and the finish work. And really, even compared to a lot of jewelry making techniques that are out there, it really doesn't take as long as a lot of them. And it's so intriguing. People just really get tickled to see this kind of work. Some people say, what's that? There's just a bunch of buttons all glued up. I could do that. And you know what I would say? Yeah, you probably could. But I did this one. Isn't it nice? And that's the end of that. Okay, now I need to make a little bit of a base for this larger button there that I want to put down. So I'm going to just take a very ordinary little shirt button. And I want to get my extra off because I don't want to have a lot of glue seeping out the bottom. And I'm going to go ahead and put this here. So then it kind of makes it stick up a little bit. And I have a little bit of dimension. Okay? Okay. So now that's there. Now I have an old metal button there. So I'm going to put this here. I love these. I don't know what they were to. These old metal buttons like this. But I like them very much. Now I've got a hole there. I'll deal with it later. Now I need to find another kind of eye-catching piece for here. Maybe I'll put a little black in it. You know, they say when you decorate a house that black anchors a room. Well, black anchors work too. And sometimes a little bit of black just helps to pull a piece together. Okay, so I've got my basics there. That's not by any means finished, but my basics are there. Okay, now, what do I want to put over here? That's another black lift button. I've got some more in here. I have a lot of those black lift buttons. I think I'll put this guy because he's got a shank and I can kind of shove them in there and I'll make a crack where I can make a leaf stick out. So that'll be a good design point. Give me a little dimension, some up and down. I don't like it to be too flat, you know. That's easy to have happen is get the work a little too flat, and that's not good. This is a piece of some kind of a snap or sewing thing. I don't know, whatever. See, I got some on me there. Don't like that. Don't want that on me. Okay. I'll put, no, a little bit bigger. A little bit bigger. It's got some fiber on it, so. Yeah, some people like to leave, you know, the buttons sometimes were taken off and the string was still in them. That's up to you if you want to leave it. I think it's kind of cool sometimes to leave the string. And then something that I like to use a lot, get this apart, in my work, and it's kind of an unexpected element, is a sewing snap. So I have some old ones, and that's what you want to do is look for old ones, because I was really a little bit appalled to realize how much sewing snaps cost. It used to be so cheap, they're not anymore. So if you can find some in an old box of sewing junk, that would be great. Okay, so now I'm going to put this in here. I don't know, it just gives it a certain hardware look that I kind of go for. So I'm going to stick that in there. Some people, when they do collage, they will just do very, very basic things, and they don't add to the work much. Now, I don't want to get that over too far there, because that covers his nose up, and then that looks dumb. Wouldn't you say? I think that looks dumb. So you have to be conscious of stuff like that. Now, I did say I wanted to leave room for a leaf, so this is going to go up here. Anyway, what they'll do is they'll just take a bunch of buttons and put them down, and it's a great start, is what I think. I think that you got a little further to go. You know, the finish is the stuff that's on top. Now, I had thought about putting that in there for a little bit of blingy dingy. I don't know, maybe it sets up too high. What do you think, Rob? Heavy? I don't know. We can't decide. I think it sits up too high. I think I'll save that for some. Hey, here's a cutie. And see, this button would normally be something maybe I would save back, but the shank's been cut off. So yeah, that's good. That would be good there too, but I wanted something for there, so we'll put something else in. Okay. And see, I've got this glob of glue, so I want to bend it back that way and this way, and then that way I don't have it all over the place. And then I have this little clock button. We used to be able to get a lot of these way back when I had my line. We used tons of these. I used to go to a certain store that was local, as a matter of fact, and I used to buy them by the bag full. No kidding, really. And then they kind of stopped making them, and I couldn't get them anymore. And when I went to California a few years ago, I found somebody that was importing them. They're Chinese made, and so I ordered them, and when they came in, half of them were no good. They had marks, like watermarks under them and stuff. And so I called the guy and I said, hey, you know, I love them, and I was so thrilled to find you because let's stand up so I can get a better perspective on this. I was so glad to find you because I've been wanting that leaf, that clock button again for so long. I says, but unfortunately, these are all goofed up. So they're not goofed up. People for scrapbooking use them. I says, well, that might be the case, but they've got, you know, watermarks under them. And so I can't use them because we use them for jewelry making. So he said, send them back. So I did. And you know, he never gave me my money back. And he was very difficult. So, oh, that looks good. I like that. I think I'll bend it a little bit. So I didn't buy any more, and that's sad because I would love to have that product, but I can't trust him as a supplier. So I found a distributor that was working with them and getting them. But half the time they don't have them in stock. Now I wonder why is that? Well, that's probably because he's giving them a hard time too. So talk about cutting off your nose to spite your face, right? It's very important to treat your customers really well. You know, if they've got a problem with something, you have to listen to them and not get an attitude. The other day I was at McDonald's and the lady threw my change all over the ground. Let me put this down here. When she handed me out the window. And this isn't the first time. And I've been thinking, do I really want to go there with her? Because I think they're just going to get an attitude. And I like to make friends, not enemies, but if she does it again, I think I won't say anything to her. If she does it again, though, she will hear from me. You have to care a little bit, you know? Okay, now I'm getting to the place where I'm going to put some pearls on this guy. So I've got some little bit bigger pearls, so I don't actually need tweezers for them. So they're going to go in here. Cover a little bit of this glue that shows, because I don't want any glue showing. No glue should be showing on the front. When you get done, you look it over very, very carefully. It's very, very hard to make sure there's never any trace of glue. And I'm not going to stand here and tell you that I never sold anything that, you know, didn't need a little bit more cleanup than it had. You know, that would be not true. But you've got to really do the best you can to make sure that doesn't happen. Okay, so I have some other little leaves here I want to use. I have some maple leaves. I had these too, but I don't know if they're going to go in here. These are really beautiful leaves. They've been made in the trade in the United States for probably 85 years, maybe. At least the dye's that old. And they are LF01378. Okay? I'm going to look and see if there's a place they might maybe fit in this design. I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. No, that doesn't seem to be balanced. Hey. That kind of looks good on each end. But I don't like how that tip sticks up. So I'm going to bend it a little bit. Very easy to bend. You could manipulate these and make itty bitty little bracelets and stuff out of them if you wanted. Oh, I hear someone creaking a door. Who could that be? They're trying to be so quiet. That's probably Shelly, because she's the only one that cares. George just comes in like gangbusters. I'm here. Okay, so again, you can see me. I'm bending that so that it kind of flips back. And you just don't have a straight thing sticking out. Now, I also want to be careful where this is going to go, because I don't want to see this going up. I mentioned this last week. I don't want to see this going up into the neckline where it's going to be dinging somebody, you know, on the neck. That's no good. That's not a good design thing, to be dinging somebody in the neck. They will not like you if you sell them jewelry that is uncomfortable to wear. So sometimes, you know, you might want to like test run pieces that you've made. I like that in there. But I'm covering some of the design elements. Maybe I can bend this too. We're about done with this one, guys. Not because this piece is done. It's not. You're going to have to look on my blog. You're going to have to come and join us at the Facebook group to see what I put on it for neckline treatment and a few other finished pieces. But I wanted to show you the rudiments of how I was going to approach this piece. I think this piece will sell well. People like horses, especially I've noticed here in the shop and here in East Palestine. We're not real busy here in the shop. Our location is kind of hard to find for some people, and a lot of the locals are not real into jewelry, but they like horses. And if you make something with a horse on it and they come to see us, why, they just might pop for that piece. Yes, they might. Okay, I need just a couple more little things, and then we're going to move on to the next thing. Should I put some silver? No, not there. No, not there. It covers up that button altogether. I think maybe some more pearls to fill the crease. See, there's a crack here, guys. I don't know. Let me move this a little bit. There's a crack here. There's a crack here. There's a crack here. There's a crack here. Now, I could fill that in with like little tendrils and stuff, which I probably will. If I don't get it done this week, to show you on the blog and stuff, maybe we'll finish it next week. That's a thought. We could do that. We could finish this together next week. Now, see, I got glue all over that. And also, too, on these buttons, like right here and right here, I would like to see something cover that. So, maybe a pearl cabochon, yes. And this one sucked it in, so this one's wrecked. Good thing these are cheap. We'll have to make do with this one. I think I'll put this one over here. It's kind of smaller. Let's see if I can find another. Yeah. I love these pearl cabochons. These are one of the best buys on our site. Everything's a good buy, but this is an amazing buy. You get, depends, it's like 2 to 3 ounces of these pearls. And we just put them up random because that's how we get them. And they're really cool. And you can get a lot of mileage out of them. What if I put this little, that kind of relieves it a little bit. Gives you a little bit of light in there. That's a good idea. Okay, I'm going to stop on this one for now because I want to do this other one too and show you some stuff. But let me put the cap on this so it doesn't run all over. Here's where we're at on this piece. Number one to remember, this is not finished. And that's not just because we haven't got a neckline on it yet. And by the way, I was careful to leave my holes right here and right here, so I have no problem getting done from through. This maybe needs a piece of rhinestone chain right here, little piece. I don't know if I'll put it up here or not, but it will add light to the horse, okay? This maybe needs a little something right in here, and a little something right in here. Maybe if I can sneak and get rhinestone chain in here, that would be good. I may need a little something in this crack. I may need something else in here. A little something in here. Maybe ballatini. I always want to call it ballatini, but what it is pop beads. They're not pop beads like the ones you know those ones. Micro beads. I had some sitting here, but they're not here. They're probably out front. You see them, Javi? No, they're out front. No, these are pearls. Yeah, those are little itty bitty ones. I had some on here, but I think they got stuck out front. You see them? They're in a little vial. Well, we'll find them when this is over. But anyway, we have them on the site. No. We have them on the site. They're called microbeads. If you stick microbeads in the search engine, they'll come up. We've used them before. And what you do is you just apply a little bit of glue on your toothpick, and then you just sprinkle them into it, just little bits with your fingers. And they'll fill that in, and then you just go over them a little bit once that glue is set up with jewelry shield to just kind of hold them. Another thing I'll do whenever I get back to this and I feel, good about moving it, is I will check up in here, because I think I've got a hole up in here, and also to check to make sure everything is filled in properly under here, 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 and here, okay? But we have the beginnings of a very handsome piece. And now it's going to get moved. See, I can even pick it up. I wonder how messy it is on the back. Oh, there's not going to be a lot of cleanup because I was careful. Yay! Okay, he's going out of the picture for now. All right, now the next one that we're going to work on here, I wanted to do the little horse too. We're probably not going to get to it. Maybe next week. Maybe I should say that and we should finish it next week. I don't know. Or I'll do another one. Anyways. I want to do this pretty one with the Cameo. Okay? So I have a bunch of really pretty mother of pearl shell beads here. I also have one of these big bisque flowers. She's singing. Oh, she was singing. Loo. Okay, and I don't remember the number for this, guys. I didn't get it. I'm sorry, but you can find it in our ceramic flowers section. We don't have that many. I think there's 5 styles in stock, but I have like 5 more on the way. I'm like restocking my site real hard right now because I don't want to go into the first of the year out of a lot of things. Because, you know, we have that situation. If I talked to you about it before, I'm sure I have. Toolers, platers, finishers, distributors, whatever, in the United States, many of them go on an extended winter hiatus. Starts next week and goes usually till about the first week of January. They don't come back, and so you can't get anything. That's why, like, I keep trying to get everybody trained and to understand that, like, for example, if you were to come to me right now for a special order on plating or tooling, I can't do it because they're about ready to leave. Everything had to be in-house by the 8th or something to get it done. So it ain't happening. And then this is bad because a lot of people who are new to this business are doing trade shows in January. And they don't have what they need for their lines. And they are stuck because they were new and they didn't know that middle of July and middle of December they go out on vacation. And nobody is there, and nobody is making this stuff, and you're not getting anything. Okay, I think you can see where I'm going with this. Well, I've been yakking away. So how about if I start gluing it? Now, I used the small crescent on this too. This button is really sweet. This is a mother of pearl, probably Victorian. I couldn't decide if I wanted it like up here. I don't know. I kind of always like to have the flower on this side, but I don't think it's going to look right for both of them. I had to go with the larger base, so I'm not going to do that. I'm going to put this on. I think this one's going to go fast. Of course, we won't get it completely finished, but I want to give you the rudiments. We made this the other week, so you saw how that went. This is all finished, got the rhinestone chain and everything on it. Now, I've got that on, but I've got a crack here. So I'm going to get this on the buttons and slide them in. Buttons are very, very important to my collage work. Very, very important. Because they provide color, and not color, but a luster. That would be a better word. And they kind of work as shims for your design elements to bring them up a little higher. So I always have to have a good stash of very nice old pearl buttons. To me, a can full of old pearl buttons is like hitting the mother lode. I just totally love them. I've got some really pretty little baby buttons here too to use. I'm going to put this here. See how pretty they go with this pretty heart? I mean, this is just going to be such a lovely piece. And it's going to be dainty. It's not going to be as huge as if I used this great big. Look how much difference. And that's what we used on the horse. But the horse is a chunky piece. This is more dainty and delicate. I'm gonna put this. So I have some here that have like designs on them. And I'm using some of them. Okay. And see how I kind of prop that? I want to go out as far as I can to that hole. I've got some glue on. We're not worrying about that now because we can get that covered. Now I'm going to need to push this in, and then I'm going to need another, I need a tiny little button for a shim. Tiny, very thin button. Well, I may have to go like that and kind of make it go off the side. And that'll be a place where I'll put pearls or another element. But the main thing is I've got to make sure I've got, see, got room for jump rings. Okay. I don't know if I want to use these or not. I don't know. No, I don't want to use these with that because I have the pink flower already. But what I am going to do is I'm going to start filling in a little bit with some of these big no-hole pearls in cream. See, isn't that pretty? Getting some of the cracks taken care of with that. And I might tip this baby button. No, I don't know if I like that. Go in here. For some of you, this might be like watching paint dry. I don't know. And for other people, it's just so... It just makes them so happy. Oh no, I like that. Let's see though, what can I do on the other side to make something that kind of goes, see, because they only go this way. So what could I do to make it balance? You always want to try and get some balance. Okay, so if I do that, that's going to have to be up there. So if I do this, and I'm going to have to bend it. So I'm going to bend it. You can see me bending it with my fingers a little bit. Yeah. Okay, so I want to bend this too. Someone was saying they have such trouble manipulating things. Honestly, there's just so much you can do with a pair of pliers and your own fingers and your tabletop. It's about leverage. It's not about strength. Because believe me, I'm weak as a kitten. Okay, I want to keep that down because I don't want that to be up there poking. So I have some movement here, up and flowing down. I like that. It's, you know, guys, it's just nothing hard about it. It's just thinking about it. Like working a puzzle. When you decide to decorate a room, you sit down and you plan, or you think about it. You know, you work it. For those of you who sew, maybe some of you cut your own patterns. I used to do that. You know, you worked it. You thought about it. You didn't just start blobbing stuff on. It's been a long time since I've sewed anything. I used to sew to distraction. I used to make my husband suits. And he wore them. Used to be, there was nothing that was on my body that I didn't make. But then things got so much cheaper and fabric got so much more expensive and time got shorter, and I decided that I enjoyed doing other things more, so there you go. Okay, so we've got the basics of a piece. I'm going to bend around here in this drawer and see if I have some pink roses. Yep. that I can blend in. I think this needs some more pink roses. And these are not on the site right now, but they're on order. So we shall have them soon, unless they disappoint me. And darn it, I like that there. I'm going to do that. I've made necklaces out of totally using ceramic flowers and pearls, and they were just really pretty. I love pretty things. Pretty, pretty. There's a lot of ugly things in the world, so surround yourself with as much pretty as you can so you can feel good and happy. Okay, so now I think I need some more leaf coming here. So I'm going to set my glue down. I can't put this whole thing here because it's going to go into him. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to try this. I'm going to cut this off right here where it connects, and I can trim that later, and see if maybe just putting one piece in there will do it. It will, but I'm going to have to add something to it. So let me lay that down. And I just got a thought. Maybe that's better. But I don't think I want to go and put another one over here. That's too much. Too much. I don't want any more of these on here. This would be too much. I sell junk. And even though I sell it to you at the cheapest price I can possibly afford to sell it, you know, it still costs something. So you need to think about, you know, where can I save money? You know, what should I use that helps me save money? What might be, the word would be a little more cost effective, I think. You know, sometimes, like we were talking the other week with the book chain, how so many people just take and, you know, fill a piece with book chain. And, well, I don't like that. Well, if I had a pink flat back rhinestone, that would be awesome there. I'm going to have to search for something. But anyway, you know what? I think I'm going to stop here. I'm going to stop here. And rather than press forward and get this all done right now, I think I'm going to ruminate on this. I'm going to think about it. And the only thing I could tell you that I know I'm going to do for sure is I have these darling little bow connectors. And in fact, these are on order and they're about to come in. And I'm going to put them there. I know that. And I might use some, I have some pink AB flatbacks. Let me put into that. And maybe a little rhinestone chain here and there. If I don't get these done this week, we will finish these together next week, along with this guy, which we never got to. And I'll show you about how to do this part. And we'll just go on from there until you're so good at this, you're just going to have me so passed up, it's going to be crazy. So, in the meantime, be sure that you join us at the Bisou Boutiques Creative Group at Facebook. I always say the only thing that's missing there is you. And that's the truth. Because we want you. Especially if you like mixed media. We don't do just assemblies here. We do wire work, we do polymer clay, we do sari ribbon. Oh, by the way, I just had a shipment of sari ribbon after a long hiatus of not having any. I found somebody to supply me that I like. And in fact, you know what? I'm going to take just a minute. I'm going to take this piece off because I'm wearing it. This is what I wanted to do today for our video. And I realized when I started working on it last night that this would be like a 3-segment project because there was just too much work to it. I could never show it to you all in one lesson. But we have, these are polymer clay beads. Some of them I made at when Christy Friesen was here last summer or spring. There are some brass ox pieces. This hand is new on our website. This piece is new on our website. The argyle beads came back in and brass ox. Spectra beads came back in. These are my beads that I learned to make from a special cane in her class. This is all wire. I made this 2 pieces with wire and they're looped together. This is covered with the sari ribbon. And then on these connectors, I was going to put a little bit of gilder's paste in a color, or maybe a little bit of paint. And this is repurposed. I didn't make this. And then it comes apart here. But see, where did I put it? Oh, here. Sorry ribbon. You won't be sorry if you buy this ribbon. Isn't that beautiful? That's all made in India from ladies' saris. And this is ripped up in skinnier bits than the stuff that we used to have, which I think is much better for jewelry making. You can braid it and do more with it, so I'm liking it that way. It's kind of messy to put up, so when you buy it from us, remember how much we love you, because we're over there tearing our hair out trying to get it off the skein. Okay, that's enough for today. So we're going to work, we're going to work on this some more, and this some more, until we get it done. And it will either be on my blog and at the creative group, another reason why you need to come over and join us, or if I don't get them done, we'll do them together next week. So you have a really good week. Come see us at bisuboutiques.com where we have all the good stuff. I've had so many shipments come in. I will mention that the A&A style wire armature bracelets have arrived this afternoon, and Shelly is up there putting them on the site. So for those of you who didn't get in on them earlier this week when they sold out in 24 hours, get yourself on the website here pretty soon, because you'll have a chance to get some. All right, that's it. Have a great week, and I'll see you next week.